live stream, but I don't know if we got internet access out here. That's going to be it for monologue. I've got quite a lot to get through this morning. Several awards, and I'll try to breeze through most of them pretty quickly. If you didn't know, me and a couple of the inner circle, the high table of Frisbee got together a couple weeks ago. Buffalo Wild Wings, shared some wings, watched some Shive TV, and hammered out the nominees for this year's awards. Is this a 4th annual now, Dustin? Yeah. 4 years of mornings of Ultimate Frisbee. That in itself is something to regard as a high accomplishment. So I'm just going to get right into it, and hope some of those guys up there didn't receive the first few category awards. Newcomer of the Year. A lot of people to consider here, but your Newcomer of the Year, Cory Daniel. Honorable mention, Eli Bowen. Most Improved Player, Shayne Seyer, also known as Fruit Loop. Yeah. An honorable mention, Andy Chester. The Phenom who's faster than he looks. This category was a tie between Pederson, Brandon Chester. Most Flatulent Player, Keaton, Wiesehan.
Oh, he's walking out right now.
Oh well, that's too bad he missed that one. We're gonna keep grinding on here. Best Hammer Throw. This one was an easy call. Best Hammer, Andy Callis. Honorable mention, Ritter. Your defensive specialist, and this is the guy who is always in your face, never giving you any space. If it's a targeted throw towards you, you're not going to catch this. That's Keath Dawson. Honorable mention, Matt Hawkins. The most crooked cone setter, Geoff Seyer.
Crooked cone setter.
Most likely to arrive early and pretend to stretch to avoid setting up the field. This actually happened this morning. Christopher Snider.
I did actually do that.
Best Flick. Trent, good morning.
Good morning.
Best Flick. Best Backhand, Casey Cook. Honorable mention, Dustin Powell. Best Throw-Off, Nick Frese. Worst Throw-Off, Nick Frese. The MVP of GroupMe. This is the guy who posts all the clever repartee, the always appropriate memes. Steve Gipson.
All right. Every year.
Most bizarre GroupMe profile picture, Brandon Chester. If you don't know, you look at it. It's disturbing. Mr. Consistent. This is the guy who shows up day in and day out, is consistently high level of gameplay. Every day you know what you're going to get. That's Jason Metheny. Mr. Hustle. This is the guy who's like the wind-up toy that never stops. He's always buzzing around the field, always seems to have a high level of energy. Mr. Hustle is Seabaugh. Yeah. Now this next award, in the spirit of Michael Scott on The Office and his cringy hottest in the office, Dundee, that always seemed to go to Ryan the Temp. Our hottest on the field award, Kweku Arkorful. Runner-up, Tiger Holman's hair. Honorable mention, Tiger Holman. The 2019-2020 Injury Comeback Player of the Year. This is a tie. Scott Armstrong, Geoff Seyer. The Phenom with the most inspirational devotionals. This is actually a really important one because this is the guy, when he speaks the word, he's always really genuine, really transparent, leaves you really thinking about what he's had to say that morning. That also is Jason Metheny. The most inactive player we can't bring ourselves to purge from GroupMe. Which this is ironic because both these guys have actually been here within the last, I think, 2 months. Jack Connell, honorable mention to Eden Elfring. Most likely to forget the jerseys, Vince Long. Best catches, best hands, that's Jared Ritter. Honorable mention, Charlie Townsend. Best dives on the field. Matt Hawkins. Honorable mention, Andy Callis. Most likely to embarrassingly and fruitlessly slide on the field to avoid diving. Now nobody's interested in that. We'll move on. Loudest phenom. Gonna look around here. It's Dustin Powell. He never shuts up. Best throwing touch. This is the guy that when the throw has to be right there, the right place at the right time, the touch is always spot on. Nixon time. Most likely to let a sweep ruin their entire day. Jared Ritter. Honorable mention, Marshall Treyway. Most likely to puke mid-game, Jeff Seyer. The rules guy who complains about a call even if he wasn't watching the play, Joey Babbage. Most injury prone, Christopher Snider.
Hence the fake stretching.
This next award is for the end zone king. This is the guy who ends up with a lot of touchdowns at the end of the morning, but it's largely because they never get out of the end zone when they need to. Marshall Treyway. Honorable mention, yours truly. The phenom with the most miles logged on the travel disc. We didn't get out the abacus and do the math to figure it out, but we just reckoned it was probably a tie between Nick Frese and Casey Cook. The most, well, that was a couple years ago. We went to Russia. 2019 to 2020. Heckling the MC. The most physical award, most physical play, aka the most fouls, Jeremy Carrington. I've been on the receiving end of a couple of those. That's legit. Most likely to travel without getting called on it. We really had long discussion on this one. Wasn't sure if it should go to this guy or that guy or that guy, and in the end what we decided to do was just to give the award to the entire workforce of Quality Wood Floors. Most positive player. The guy who's always got a word of encouragement. When the play went bad, hey, we'll get him next time, that's all right, look up. It's Nixon time. Honorable mention, Casey Cook. It's your most positive player. Most positive for COVID-19, Steve Gipson. And finally, your 2019 and 2020 Ultimate Frisbee MVP. So I want to name a runner-up, and I'll name the name and then give a word of explanation. It's Dustin Powell. He has stood in this place without looking this dapper these first few years, handing out the MVP award and never thinking that he himself should win the award. So he's always been giving it to someone else because he would never put himself out there like that. But even though he's not been with us regularly for these last 6 months, I think we agree that retroactively in a sort of lifetime achievement award, if there were such a thing, that would go to Dustin Powell. And your winner for this year's Ultimate Frisbee Phenoms MVP, and I'll turn it over to him for a word and prayer this morning, Kevin Francis.